get into the questions, the question we're all here for, why choose a graduate scheme, and what is the difference between a graduate scheme and an entry-level role to you?
For me, I found the difference that an entry level can be a bit more of a straightforward path. It might be a bit more direct and not give as many options, whereas a graduate scheme usually has that more variety to it. You can rotate, you can try different things, sample different areas, which opens up your options if you aren't quite sure on maybe a direct career line yet.
I think the other thing, kind of following on from what Dylan said, I think for me it was obviously the options, but also the support as well. Because I feel like starting as a graduate, I got a lot more support than I saw with the peers around me who'd maybe started an entry-level role. And for me, that was really essential because I'd just come out of university and I wasn't very sure of what I was doing and how I fit into that world of work. That was quite nice to have.
Yeah, I kind of echo those comments. I think for me, having started in the entry-level role and moved into the grad scheme, it's clear to see that the grad scheme offers so many options and so many different career paths. And whilst I've stuck to what I've been doing so far and have enjoyed progressing in that field, I know that even now, sort of 2 years down the line, there's still a world of options to me should I choose to do something different. And that's kind of the main thing for me. I'm not set in one path for life.
Brilliant. So in talking about them, you've talked very much about kind of the career development aspect that a graduate scheme provides you. But in terms of the actual first year role that you all went into, was there any difference in terms of the kind of workload, or kind of, was there any difference that you've noticed from yourself to someone that wasn't on the graduate scheme?
Yeah, I think to hop in from there, in the consultant side, I sort of had extra support and training. The thing that really kind of made the most difference to me was having a mentor. I came into an office that was that whilst it had been established for a while, they were expanding at quite a rate. So when they were expanding, to have that opportunity to have the outside perspective for me, I actually went up to Edinburgh to see a mentor several times and was able to sit with him and get a fresh perspective. And it was maybe that where things were working for certain people that weren't working for me, I was able to take an outside perspective and look at it and come back, and it definitely projected me towards having more success within the business.
Brilliant.
Yeah, for myself, kind of how it differentiated from other employment advisors, because we're in a reasonably big team, I just felt there was a lot more responsibility put on myself to start with, which, you know, some people might panic. I quite enjoyed it. It made it stand out a little bit more from just an employment advisor. It did make you feel like there was something slightly different about you, which was quite nice. It makes you feel a little bit rewarded for spending time with a degree to maybe go into a similar role. And yeah, I enjoyed the responsibility, and it's definitely helped propel me a little bit faster than maybe my colleagues.
Brilliant.
I think, yeah, it's a similar thing for me as Ross was saying as well, that I think having that mentor made a massive difference, because anytime I was struggling, I was like, oh, I'm not sure what I'm doing, I could go to them and be like, look, this is what I'm thinking, what do you think? And they would give you that push you need sometimes. So I think, yeah, that was definitely like a massive thing for me that made a difference.
Brilliant.